Shalom. Morning to all of you. In 15 minutes, I will try to take you to a long journey, starting the first point in about 2,500 years ago, in the Second Temple days, specific a figure of our old leaders, Ezra. Ezra, one of the famous leaders in the Jewish history. So I start with him, and the journey will take us jumping from him to a new project in Israel, 929, that I have the privilege to be part of the team. If I will ask all of you, tell me what kind of Jewish society we had 2,500 years ago. What kind of Jewish, according Shabbat, according learning Torah, according families, according Pesach? Usually we should say, we regularly say, that it was much better than our days. Of course, wrong. Of course, wrong, because if we read carefully the chapters from the Bible who tell us exactly about the society in those old days, we learn that they didn't know anything about Shabbat. They didn't know anything about Torah. They didn't know anything about background, about history. We are talking about Jewish people used to live around Jerusalem, and I am talking about the Second Temple days, in the beginning of the second, when the people came from Babylon, knew nothing at all. When we visited Shabbat in Jerusalem, opened chapter 13 in Sefer Nehemiah, we learned that the market is open, no synagogues, no Torah, nothing made different between the holy days and the regular 6 days. It's all same 24/7 all year. They lived without any knowledge about their own background. Why it's happened like that, we have no time to go deeply to that, but I want to put in that point the name of Ezra, the leader. When he saw that, he decided to do the big revolution in the Jewish history, and in a minute I will explain why it's connected to you in the youth movement around the world. Ezra saw this picture of no knowledge, nothing about the background of Jewish people, and he looked around and tried to find where is the point, why it's so. And then he saw something very interesting. If I will ask you in the Second Temple days, 2,500 years ago, where I as a Jew can find the Torah, where I can find the Torah, the real true answer is that one book, the only one book, Torah, that we had, put in an ark inside the temple. And the Kohanim kept this book and didn't let anyone to come inside and read it. They put themselves between the Jewish people and the Torah, and said to the people, if you will come to my place, to the temple, and you will pay enough, I will be kind to you and will teach you some Torah. In the end, when we check the succeed of the Kohanim in those old days, the answer was no one came to the temple. Temple, I'm talking about the 5th BCE period. I'm talking about the period of Ezra and Nehemiah, the Second Temple days. The Jewish people didn't come to the temple, knew nothing at all. Ezra did the first step. he took himself, he was one of the Kohanim, he took himself, took the Torah in his hands, the book, the physical book. He took it, went with the Bible, with the Torah, went with it out of the temple, out of the holy place, Kodesh, out of the yard, went where to? According to the Bible, we learned that he went to a place named Sha'ar Hamayim. Sha'ar Hamayim, in the Hebrew explanation, the gate of the water. If we understand the situation, in the gate of the water, the whole people come. They need water. So they just come. Who? Everyone. Everyone who needs water come to Sha'ar Hamayim, to the place of the water. If you try to think a place that in our days we can call Sha'ar Hamayim, it can be downtown, it can be the big circle in the town. Every place has its own central place that everyone comes. So Ezra, this leader, took the Torah to the people. Instead, ask the people, come to me, to my temple. He did the opposite. He took the book and shared it with the people in their own place. People came, and he stood on the podium and started reading the Bible. People didn't understand a word. Why? Why they didn't understand the word? Because the language. The language was what? Old Hebrew. Old Hebrew was the language that no one understood. The only language that they knew that was Aramaic. They came from Babylon. So then when he realized that they cannot understand him, he put people to translate. And that was the first time in our history that we took the Torah and translated it to a language that can understood. So he translated the Torah. He brought it to the people. Then he shared the Torah and said, let's read it few times a week. Few times a week mean Monday, Thursday, Shabbat. Because people need to listen. People need to contact themselves with the Torah. And then they will move to their memories, to the history, to understand that the Torah given to them, not just to the leaders in the temple. He made the revolution. The name of Ezra and all his team was in our old days, Anshei Knesset Hagdolah. Anshei Knesset Hagdolah, the large assembly group in our history. They did the big change in our history, starting from the temple, moved to the main road, and changed the idea that the Torah can be us, ours. Just think about the idea that before Ezra days, no one learned Torah. The idea of learning, of dealing with the Torah and think how it reacts to my life, starting then. Now quickly I'm jump over 2,500 years. There are many stations between. We have very limited time. If I'm looking around the Jewish society in our days, now in the present time, around the world, think about your society. Try to look around the Jewish people and think about the connection between themselves and the memories, the tradition. I'm not talking about religious or non-religious. You can be secular with deep memory. You can be secular with a strong kasher, linking yourself to the Jewish history. I'm talking about people who feel that they are part of this club, means Jewish society. You know well, like me, that we are in a very problematic situation. And the reason that you are sitting here, listening more or less, you are sitting here because you want to be leaders in this club. And to be leader in this club means to take responsibility. To take responsibility is to bring the idea of our club, the history, the tradition, the heritage, the Torah, in your own language, in your own belief, in your own interpretation, to bring it to your own place. And this is all what about 9 to 9 dealing. 9 to 9, to do it very short, it's the numbers of the chapters in the Bible. 9 to 9 chapters include all book. The truth is that many, many Jewish people, Israelis, Chutz La'aretz, have no idea about the Bible, and because many reasons, they close themselves from this book. This book becomes something that closes itself in the temples, meaning in yeshivot, in our Batei Knesset. And 9 to 9 projects try to do exactly what Ezra did, to take the book and share it in Sha'ar Hamayim, in the gate of the water in our time. Our time means in the internet world, in the media, in the central place of the world. Every day we are walking in this journey in another chapter. We started 71 days ago in Hanukkah days. Every week 5 chapters between Sunday and Thursday. Friday we are reading back 5 chapters. Shabbat, Menucha, rest day, and another 5 days working. 5 days a week, 20 chapters a month, 3.5 years, we all will, Be'ezrat Hashem, will celebrate the Yom HaAtzmaut, the Independent Day of Medinat Israel, 70 years. Hopefully, many millions of Jewish people will do this journey together, everyone with his own style. If you look carefully to the site that we have here, immediately you will see that there are no sector. It can be religious and non-religious, Orthodox, Reform, Conservative, all kinds, all ideas. Everyone had the privilege to read the Torah and to say something about the chapter of this day. We are trying hardly to open the gates. We try hardly to build this path of this journey, the long journey, but to collect the people together, to bring the Torah back to the central road, to continue the revolution that Ezra did 2,500 years ago, to jump to the gate of the water and to say to the whole people in the Jewish world, this is your heritage. It's yours, it's not mine. It's ours, it's not just yours. So let's go together. Let's make this journey something that can include the whole Jewish people. Hopefully, we will do it first cycle in Israel, then continue around the world. You should be our messengers. You can take your own in this journey. Try to practice your Hebrew so far. Easy Hebrew. You can do that. And in Yom HaAtzmaut 70 of Medinat Israel, we'll celebrate together, finish the 9 to 9 chapters of the Torah. Toda Rabba.